Hi guys and welcome to the State of Crypto, your one-stop source for all crypto-related news. I'm your host Martin and this is episode 70. Japan okay with crypto political donations, new ASIC Bitcoin miner, Alipay torches Binance CEO. Now guys, happy Thursday. I hope you're having a great Thursday night. You're having a blast. Weekend is almost upon us, so again, it's pretty good, right? Market has been very chill today. So yeah, I hope you're having a chill time. Anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. Again, if you're catching this stream live, welcome. And if you are catching the replay and have any suggestions for us, please leave us a comment below. We really want to know what you are thinking. Now, if you want to keep up to date with the latest crypto-related news, make sure you subscribe. You hit that like button and that bell so you're notified when we go live. Hitting that like bell, that like button is very important, guys, because then YouTube suggests this video to people that might have similar interests to the ones that you have, right? So again, it's very important that you give us engagement on the video so that YouTube process that as positive feedback, and then it also helps us grow that way, right? Anyways, if you want to keep on chatting with us once the stream is done, you can join us on the Discord. The link's in the description. We are active there sometimes, usually when there's market activity going on. Other than that, unless there's important news, we'll post something up, and if not, then we'll just chat if someone asks us something, right? Anyways, guys, there's something off here with the chat. It's really not loading. It's awkward. So I am depending on the chat from basically from my cell phone, right? So I can look at it on my cell phone. It's weird. It's not loading anything today, man. On the activity feed, it's it didn't connect. So, but at least the sound is playing today, right? The music is on, and it's I guess a good volume. For you guys. I'm hoping it's not too loud. Let's get into the news. Crypto donations to ministers in Japan are not subject to financial regulations. Sanae Takaichi, Japan's Minister of Internal Affairs and Communications, said it at a press conference on Tuesday. Under Japanese law, Takaichi said that donations of monetary money and securities to individual ministers is prohibited, but that cryptographic assets do not fall under any of the above, right? So basically, don't limit donations. According to Japanese news outlet Kyoto News and it was syndicated also in Reuters, right? Anyways, Takaichi said that if politicians receive cryptocurrency donations, these are deemed legal and do not have to be included in any transparency reports about the origin of donations to political parties. When asked whether regulations should be created to close the loophole, Takaichi said that it's an issue to be discussed by each party and each group. Now, although I do like it that you can give money to politicians or as donations in crypto and they don't have to disclose them, I do believe that it could certainly lend itself to bribes, right? To bribes happening, and that's probably not very good, man. Thank you, William James. I do know you see it, man. Look, I'll show you something though. This call OBS, usually here's where I get the chat, and it just looks blank, man. It's not loading today for some reason. I gotta check it out. And I'm not gonna know that until the stream kicks in, right? So again, I cannot see what you're typing. I have to look at it on my phone. So if for some reason I am just talking and don't seem to reply to you, please do send me something on Discord, and I might be able to catch it in case it's going on for a while and I just have not looked at the chat. But I'll try to be checking in on the chat to make sure things are good. Yeah, like I was saying, dude, this could certainly lend itself for bribes. So again, it's probably not the best that it's not regulated. I guess at some point in time they're gonna have to regulate it, and they're gonna have to declare crypto donations. Restart it. Nah, it means restarting the stream, bro, and I don't want to restart the stream. I'll try to be on top of the chat, though. I do have two cell phones that I have. Right, one that's on the vertical position, that one's that's sideways. One of them's a full screen, the other one's on the smaller screen, and I usually look at those to see what is happening. So every time you see me look down, I'm looking at either of the cell phones, right? And I have them to make sure that everything is visible. If it's visible on the smaller screen, and it's obviously visible in the bigger one, and if not, then I try to adjust. Anyways, yeah, let's go check the market, right? What is going on with the market today, man? It was a slow day. It's a very slow day, man. Negative, losing price yesterday. Money flowing out of the cryptosphere, 0.63%. Right now, a little bit more flowing out, 0.52%. You know, yesterday from an opening of 224.21 billion, closing at 222.77 billion, and right now sitting at 221.73 billion. That is fine. You know, we did have a nice impulse up, two nice impulse ups. Right now, this day just started 2 hours ago, so again, not too worried yet. Let's see how it keeps on developing. Let's look at Bitcoin. What is going on with Bitcoin? Well, it had some positive getting some dominance yesterday, right? 0.60% right now, losing a little bit of dominance, 0.06. Yesterday from an opening of 68.88, closing at 69.29, and right now sitting at 69.25. Now a little bit low, but you know that is fine. It did take a couple days. You know, it has been going down, right, ever since let's call the top here September the 6th. You know, we kind of have a twister top, and from there it just like kind of started to go down. That's fine. You know, we do want to see the alts gain more dominance. Anyway, 7 people tuned in. Thank you for watching, guys. Again, if you do send comments, my chat is disabled on my screen, so I have to look at it on my cell phone. Do let me know anyways. Say hi, you know. We're here to like chat and discuss, and if you want to learn something, you can ask the question. Anyways, let's go look at the Bitcoin news and figure out what is going on with the Bitcoin. The only one I found was this one that was worth mentioning, right? And it's not even that great. Crypto mining hardware producer Bitmain yesterday announced that 2 new ASIC Bitcoin mining machines, the Antminer S17 Plus and the which is the S17 successor, and the T17 Plus, which is the T17 successor, were announced at the World Digital Mining Summit in Frankfurt. And that's pretty good. You know, new mining machines usually are more efficient, consume less electricity, and are usually able to put out better terahashes, right? Anyways, the hash rate of the Antminer S17 Plus is 73 terahashes per second, with a power efficiency of 40 joules per trillion hashes, while the hash rate of the T17 Plus is 64 terahashes with a power efficiency of 50 joules. Now, it is an improvement from Bitmain's previous offering, which was the S17, which offered like 53 terahashes, right? This one's offering 73, so it's offering 20 more terahashes per second, with an energy efficiency of 40 joules. Now, the previous one also offering 40 joules, being, you know, that remaining equal on consumption, right, of power. Now, the T17 offers 40 terahashes. The new one's offering 64 terahashes with an energy efficiency of 55 joules. Now, the new one is offering 50 joules. So, again, it's being a little bit more efficient on consumption of power and is hashing like a lot more than the previous one, right? Almost 11 terahashes more per second. Now, these new miners also reduce the space between the air inlet and the outlet by 50%, right? That is a claim that Bitmain's making, and it helps cool the miners, it makes them run quieter, and ensures their safety, right? And that is pretty cool. Someone typed something, man. Let me see this. Anonymous user. Big news. Multiple days incoming. 3 weeks out. Sure, man. You just show up anonymous. Do let me know what you are talking about with that. Are you talking about price action? Which asset? And then, yeah, we can certainly discuss that, man. Anyways, like I was saying, dude, you know, that reduction like makes them run quieter and ensures their safety. Again, less chances for reheating. It should also help prolong the life of the equipment. You know, electronics, if they run hot, especially batteries and things like that, you do tend to shorten their lifetime, right? Same thing happens with your phone. If you play too many games for extended period of times, it overheats. It ends up degrading the cell phone's like motherboard, chipset, etc. Right? That's why you do want to have it a little bit cool. And that's why you put fans in your computer, right? To keep it running cool. Anyways, the S17 Plus and the T17 Plus will be available for sale on Friday morning, and Bitmain is promising delivery by early December. I guess that's pretty cool. New miners coming out in December. Let's see how that cranks up the hashing power of the network, right? How many orders get placed, and basically, let's see how they turn out, right? Anyways, let's go on to Bitcoin before we jump into anything else. So, what is going on with the Bitcoin on the daily? Let's look at the other chart. Again, we are above that 20 MA. Finally, yeah. Yesterday, we kind of like, you know, made like the indecision, dodgy kind of going on, right? touch that 20 MA, bounced off it. You know, right now still going down. We might touch that 20 MA again, try to bounce off it again. However, we did not bounce aggressively, right? I would have expected us to like propel to the upside, breaking us above that 75% of the equidistant channel, right? Being 0, 25, 50, 75, 100. Anyways, right now we are not there yet. Still making positive momentum and sitting low on the RSI at 43 in the neutral zone, but certainly close to that oversold area, right? Anyways, let's look at the other chart that we look at, right? This one. Where are we at? Like, sitting at what place, right? Well, right now, we are sitting above that 236 retraced from the fibs, which would be 8,493. And we're also sitting above the 50%, right? 8,495. Again, bouncing off those as support as well, right? We kind of touched them twice. This one, we touched it once in rejecting lower prices. So again, we might use them as areas of support before we actually try to run to the upside again. Now let's look at the chart that we always look at, right? Our main chart until we at least get bullish, and then we can look at price action to the upside, right? Where we have our possible resistances. But now this one being the downside chart, we do have immediate resistances overhead at 8,983. Right now, you know, we are a little bit far from it. We are kind of flagging still, which is good. And we could potentially run to the upside again because we are making a sort of bull flag. So again, potentially good, right? Anyways, let's go into a more micro scale so we can really see what's going on. Anyways, above that 20 MA, with volatility closing on the Bollinger Bands, I'll do something real quick. You know, I do tend to do this shift real quick. I want to see where we are with regards to the 200 MA, right? And you can see that we tried to break above 2 days ago, right? We tried to break above it. We couldn't. We were like broken down, right? Yesterday we also tried to break above it and we couldn't, right? We rejected it. We touched that top part of the channel and then broke down again. And right now, well, we are still going down. We haven't even tried to run up to touch it. Anyways, I'll put this again on the 20 MA so you guys can follow. And then I'll do this quick shift and then we'll look at it at the 4 hours, right? What is going on the 4 hours? We are within this channel. We are making less positive momentum, right? Are we doing something that is bearish? Well, not really, man. Well, kind of did, right? From here to here, you're going higher. From here to here, you're going lower, right? Making slant divergence. This is a very short time frame on the 4 hours. I mean, I really don't like to do it this way. I'll do it. If we want to spot something, we would be spotting this, right? Price action to the downside, you got this candle, then you're trying to rally up again, breaking down, not making any divergence here. You're obviously lower than here. The only thing I'm looking is that we are bound by that channel, right? We are rejecting higher prices at that channel top. Now, today on the Discord, right, I went on the record and moved the channel, right? Because we had it sloping down yesterday a little bit before the actual like day broke, because we were sitting like somewhere around here, and then we kept on developing, and I just fixed this channel. I told you guys I was doing that, so you guys could keep track whenever we started this new stream. Anyways, anonymous user, trade talks, US, China, Fed rate cuts, UK, printed money, Q4. Where will the money go? Only speculation. Will it blend into crypto, metals, or be used to dump? Anonymous user, please, are you posting like titles of stuff, man? Trade talks, okay. China trade talks, yeah, they're kind of like a standstill, right? They were like calling BS yesterday on some stuff. Fed rate cuts, yes, they said they're gonna have Fed rate cuts again. Printing money Q4, yes, because they're gonna cut rates and quantitative easing. Where will the money go? Probably to bail out stuff, right? That's where I would expect for the money to go. Will it blend into crypto? Will it blend into crypto? I'm not sure, man. That is a very good question. I'm not sure if that will blend into crypto. I do believe that we talks about trade war. We might get some price action to the upside, right, on the cryptos. We do know that trade talks or trade war does kind of bring money into the crypto space, but however, it takes it out of the stocks sometimes. Metals, yes, probably metals as well, especially with talks of recession. Recession is particularly not good for cryptos. We've talked about that before. We said that cryptos have never been tried as a store value during recessions. So again, probably a lot of people are going to be skeptical, especially with all the volatility in the market. Because during recession, people tend to be risk averse. Therefore, they might not want to be investing on this. Or will it be used to dump? Man, I'm not sure if they're going to use it to dump. If you have money, you're not going to dump, right? I mean, you're probably going to want to keep it here. I do believe I addressed all your questions as quickly as possible. because I wasn't too clear on all of them, and I'm not sure if that's the answer you were looking for. If you try to type them up a little bit more, I can certainly go into them a little bit more in detail. I do hope I cover them, or at least the answers that you were looking for. On the 4 hours, anyways, still in the downsloping channel, not doing anything right now besides this slant divergence that we have here, here, and here, right? That's it, nothing else. Sitting high on the RSI at 62, again, on that bought area. Not overbought, but certainly heading towards that neutral zone. That's good. Resetting the oscillators. We talked about that yesterday. We want to reset, then bounce back again. We said we probably could flag, and we are flagging. I'm glad we're flagging, man. And not upsloping consolidation, but just a regular, nice flag. Bull flag again, like this one. Again, could give us potential to run to the upside, particularly after we look at the 1 hour and we see that, well, right now we're making a new island of negative momentum. However, we do have stuff here that we can talk about, right? So again, like I said, it's very chill. We are channeling. Volatility's out. Right, Bollinger Band's contracted a little bit. We might get a violent move, and potentially could be to the upside, right? We talked about this. Is a bull flag, has higher potential to break to the upside than to the downside. Stuff I can see in the short term, right? From here to here, we're going higher. From here to here, we're making less negative momentum. So this price would need to come at least here. We're probably going to get somewhere around here on the momentum, right? Then we create some bullish divergence and potentially pump to the upside, and that breaks us out of this channel. Do we have something else going on? Well, not really, man. You kind of have hidden. Is it lower? No, it's slightly higher, man. I thought it was slightly lower here. If this was slightly lower, we would have had hidden bullish divergence that could potentially, you know, play for price continuation, giving us that smaller low that we need for us to pop to the upside. Right now, we kind of touched its mid part of the channel, bouncing to the upside, rejecting the 20 MA on the 1 hour. Not particularly strong, however, that does seem to serve what we need it to do, right? We need it to go lower. Two ways we go lower, right? We go lower quickly, make that divergence, right? Next candle bounce up, or we keep on trailing down over the mid part of the channel. At some point in time, we'll get around here. Maybe we'll go down slow and the momentum will kind of decrease. We create that divergence again, and then we potentially pop up. You know, it could happen. No reason why it couldn't, right? Kind of hear it happen, right? We kind of kept on going down a little bit, make that lower low again, second lower low, and then pop to the upside. It wouldn't be anything weird. That'll be it for Bitcoin right now. I would be expecting it to break to the upside from what we are seeing. Anonymous user, thumbs up. Thank you, man. Like I said, the chat's not working on my screen, so I do have to look at my cell phone to see what is going on the chat. If you have questions, do put them out there. Definitely. I'm not sure if you're subscribed to us, anonymous user. It just says anonymous user, so I'm not sure what I should call you. If you prefer me that I call you by some name, moniker, or whatever, do post it on the chat, and I'll call you by that. Otherwise, I'll just keep on calling you anonymous. And I'm not sure if you're following us, subscribed, or anything like that. But if you're not, then and if you like what we do, you can certainly subscribe, hit that bell, and that like button, so you're notified when we go live with the bell, right? Anyways, let's move on to the next thing. What are we gonna move on to next? Ethereum, man. What is going on with Ethereum? Well, they're giving away money, man. That's pretty good. Consensus is giving away $175,000 to 7 different open source software projects on the Ethereum network. This article is not that long, you know, so again, not a lot you can actually like just shorten from it. I will go into the main stuff on it, right? This was announced on October the 10th, so again today. The projects include forward-looking Ethereum software client called Lighthouse, which is an Oracle network for off-chain data called Teller, and a mobile decentralized app builder called Alice, among others. Now, the Consensus head of experimental marketing, Jadira Blocker, said in Wave 1, we saw a lot of applications, but they weren't super strong in Wave 2. We started to see more credible teams and more unique ideas come to the table. Now, Consensus grants programs, which launched in February 2019, has received over 150 applications, according to Blocker. Of those 150, 15 projects have been funded to the tune of $330,000 so far. That is a lot of dough going out to those projects, right? $230,000 to all 15 projects. We discussed that the other day, right? It was in another article. I'll try to look for it. I'll post a link up here in the corner once the stream is done. I'll just type it here in my notes so I know where to link it. Because then I kind of forget, right? It does happen, Brett. It's very real. I'll say I'll link stuff, and then I have to like search through the whole video to find out where I said I was gonna link it. If I just put it in my notes, then it just makes it easier till I kind of figure out exactly where I need to put it. Anyways, as announced of September, the third wave of consensus grants is now open for applications, and it has a remaining $220,000 left to give away. So again, if you have a good project that you want to post there, you can post it, and if you get voted and you're basically selected, you're probably gonna get some funding for your project. It might not be a lot, but at least it's something, right? Consensus Marketing Director Daniel Osorio said that the way that we find really great projects is that they talk to VCs, and they ask them, like, what are some great teams you've come across that could actually justify funding, right? And I do believe that's a pretty good way to get around, right? Word of mouth. So if people are talking about you, you're probably making an impact, and that would certainly drive a lot more money towards your project, right? Anyways, another news for Ethereum, and this is pretty good, man. The CFTC chairman, Heath Tarbert, said that Ethereum is a commodity, right? Again, that could open options trading for it. Speaking at the Yahoo Finance All Market Summit on Thursday, Tarbert said that he believes that Ethereum is not a security. We've been very clear on Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a commodity. We haven't said anything about Ethereum until now. His view as chairman of the CFTC is that Ethereum is a commodity. Again, that's pretty solid. Tarbert continues to say that the CFTC is working with the SEC on the two cryptocurrencies and have agreed that they are both not securities. Again, that's pretty good. Concerning the currencies created by hard forks, Tarbert argued that the CFTC's treatment of each new coin should be dependent on its creation. Now, he said that it stands to reason that similar assets should be treated similarly if the underlying asset, the original digital asset, hasn't been determined to be a security and is therefore a commodity. Most likely the forked asset will be the same unless the fork itself raises some security laws issues under that classic how we test. We talked about the how we test also in another article. I'll put it also in a link up here actually. Sorry, man. It's opposite on my screen. Once the stream is done, I'll tag those two for you guys to follow. Now, Tarbert further addressed Libra, saying that, well, the major federal regulators are looking at the planned stablecoin, and it has yet to be determined whether it falls into security classification, right? Then, we'll see how that goes. That's it for Ethereum. Let's go look at the chart, right? That's the one I have for Ethereum. Let's go look at the chart of Ethereum. What's going on with Ethereum? On the daily, man. Yesterday, losing a little bit of dominance, right? 0.10%. Right now, probably regaining it, 0.06% up. Sitting at, where are we sitting at, man? 9.31% of market cap. That's pretty good, man. Anything above 8 is good for Ethereum. So again, the higher we go, the more resistant you are to Bitcoin fluctuations, the more free you are to float with your price. Anyways, what is going on? Impulse up, consolidation, impulse up, consolidating, just like Bitcoin right now. Again, above that 20 MA with contraction starting to happen on the Bollinger Bands. However, we are still within the downsloping channel. We have not been able to break out of it ever since we traced it. We have not modified it. This was a fake breakout. I don't want to adjust it because we do have very valid touch points, and we have not been able to break it since. So again, it is a strong channel that we're in. What is going on the more short term, right? Well, low, higher low, no bullish divergence, no bearish divergence, right? Again, we're just channeling right now, trying to create a new pattern. Let's see how this plays out. We're still making positive momentum, like I said, and we're sitting at 55.11 on the RSI. Again, on that neutral area, right? Let's go into the 4 hours. On the 4 hours, what is going on? Well, we had this, I don't think we developed it, right? We were talking about potential divergence. I might have something here in the 1 hour. I'll leave it out for that because I don't have here anything on the 4 hours. So for some reason I trace this line, and it's probably on the 1 hour chart that it's playing out. So just ignore it for right now. Above that 20 MA, resisting lower prices. What else are we doing, man? Like flagging still, that's fine. Indecision going on here, right? We tried to push down, but we undid it the next candle, and it just kept on with the flagging. Sitting at 64 on the RSI, which puts us on that bought area, not overbought. Anyways, I'll throw a small channel here. I didn't do that yesterday for this coin, so we'll definitely do it right now. It'll be something like this. Again, that'll be our flag, right? Let's go into the 1 hour. on the 1 hour, sitting below the 20 MA, right? It's trying to break above it, but failing right now. On the previous candle, we did the same. Stuff that I can't see quickly, right? Are we going lower? That is the $1,000 question. No, we're not. This is slightly higher, and this is lower. So again, we're not making bullish divergence, right? I mean, let me look at this closer, man. I really have to zoom in to see this. Now we're definitely higher than this. This is slightly lower. Anyways, we're not yet making that divergence, right? Like I said, facing resistance at the 20 MA. Negative momentum started to decrease, sitting around 51 on the RSI and within the channel, you know. Again, this is probably going to do what Bitcoin does. So if Bitcoin does break to the upside, very likely that Ethereum will break to the upside. Yeah, that's what I would expect to see happening. I didn't say something on Bitcoin, and we called it out yesterday, I think. Was it on Bitcoin? No, I think it was on Ripple. On Ripple, we called it out. Anyways, let's go to Ripple, and then we'll look at what happened, right? Anyways, I found some news saying that the Bank of America has closed a job advertisement for project manager for its Ripple project, suggesting that, well, either the position got scrapped or they filled the vacancy, right? Now, this article is very small, so again, not much I can actually reduce from it. So most of the stuff will be as it is in the article. Now, according to the job post in LinkedIn, the project manager would manage the team responsible for the Ripple project, right? Which will, like, you know, be working for their clients now. The role, which offered close to a six-figure salary at Bank of America New York office, would have the employee drive product strategy and growth, educate clients and Bank of America bankers about the product, and oversee its development. Now, Bank of America previously filed a patent for a Ripple, Ripple blockchain payment system back in July. Under the patent, banks would debit and credit each other using blockchain network. Again, they were trying to invent something that was already out there. I guess they just, it was going to be too costly for them. So they're probably going to go with the already existing option. Anyways, many banks are already using Ripple for cross-border payments, particularly Santander, which launched OnePay FX last year, which is a cross-border payment app powered by Ripple. You know, we talked about that back a while back also. Yeah, anyways, this position was placed in LinkedIn. Did I have something else for Ripple? I'm not sure if I had something else for Ripple. I think that's it, man. Let's look at Ripple on the daily. Yesterday, losing a little bit dominance, 3.18%. Right now, gaining dominance, 0.36. Sitting at 5.27 off market cap. Again, that is pretty good. I do like where Ripple is sitting at. I believe it to be a good number for it. However, the higher we go, the stronger we are. So let's move on to the price, right? Sitting at 27 cents, 27.113. I'm not sure if I said the price of Ethereum. It's sitting at $191.37. And if I didn't say the price of Bitcoin, it's sitting at $8,555. Again, you can see the price here, right? It will be like either it will show up in a darker green or a red. In case I forget to mention them, sometimes I do. I do get more into the analysis. Anyways, what is happening with Ripple, right? Stuff that we talked about yesterday. Anyways, price action to the downside right now, starting a new day 2 hours ago with price action to the downside. Are we doing something yet? Well, not in this chart, right? Not particularly. We kind of went down, that's fine. Making lower, sitting lower in the RSI at 54 again on that neutral zone, which is also fine. I guess this is also waiting for Bitcoin to run. Exactly. But what we said, we were somewhere around here when we started the day, right? We said, well, look, we can drop right where, I think we're already in here. We'll drop, touch the mid part of the channel, you see the support, we did. Then I said, if we break that, you'll probably go and touch this and use that support, and we did. And then if we break that, we'll probably go and touch the 26 cent, and bounce off it. And we did. And then I even said if we kind of drop, we'll probably have this support over here. And if we break this one, we'll probably have the 20 MA that we can go and bounce off. Anyways, sitting over the 20 MA on the daily, that is pretty good. Above and outside of the channel, that's pretty good. We kind of broke into it, broke back out. Right now, indecision going on in the market, right? We're kind of negating everything. We're sitting at 0.07. It's stating up here that it's positive, right? Again, it's looking red, but it stays positive. So again, yeah, making a positive price right now. Let's look at in the shorter scale. What's going on in the 4 hours, right? This on the daily that we're gonna see this divergence. Not here. Nothing going on, man. Could we? No. Because this is lower, and this will be going lower as well, and this will be going lower. So we're not making any bullish divergence. We're just bouncing off the channel, you know, bouncing off it. We've touched it 3 times in the past 4, 8, 16, 16 to 20 hours. Again, not very strong, right? We want to bounce off the channel and project out of it. Get above that 27.90, 911, you know, that 27 cents point 911. That's where we want to get above. Anyways, let's go look at the 1 hour and see what's going on. Sitting below the 20 MA, sorry I didn't say, making negative momentum still, and sitting neutral on the RSI around, where are we at here? 48. Now, what is going on with Ripple? Right, shorter scale and stuff that I do like, right? We made bullish divergence. We were supposed to get price action to the upside. We were too weak, you know, kind of touched that 20 MA, bounce back. Right now, we touched here, right? Again, going lower on the price. I didn't put this line here. I should put it here for you guys to see easily. From here to here. And then you'll be going from here to here, right? Anyways, here you didn't have divergence on the RSI, right? You did have it on the MACD, histogram, and on the price. And right now you're having this divergence develop. Again, this is I want to see play out with I want to see this play out with Bitcoin, right? Go down a little bit more, make that divergence, and then bounce up. Here we're having that divergence. We're starting to pump to the upside. Let's see how this plays for Ripple. You know, I do want to see it get above that 20 MA again. Like I said, on Bitcoin, I'm not bullish until we get above the 200 MA, and we have been rejecting it. We are close to it, but we're rejecting it. That is not the strongest looking case for Bitcoin. Again, do take precaution, even though it looks bullish. That 200 MA and sitting below it could potentially play against us on positions on Bitcoin. I didn't mention it today. I do want to mention that every day, though, until we break above. Or, you know, at least if we're below, I'll stop mentioning it. But we'll just, you know, we'll know we're below that. Anyways, we're making a smaller island of negative momentum, right? Going down, like I said, divergence. Bullish. Again, potential price action to the upside. Let's see how this plays out. We might face some resistance around the 20 MA. If we break it, some resistance at the mid part of the channel, you know, kind of here we kind of hit it, you know, and then we rejected it. You know, here we kind of hit the 26 cent, rejected it, got above that downsloping channel. Here we touched the channel, rejected it. Here we kind of broke below it a little bit and rejected lower prices. So again, this is good, right? Staying out of the channel. However, the more we bounce on it, the more likely it is that we'll break back into it. That's not good. We want to stay outside. Anyways, like I said, probably run up. Resistance at the 20 MA, resistance at the sloping line, then resistance at the 27 cents, 27.911, and then resistance again on this top part of the upsloping channel. Right now, we are still within the upsloping channel. Again, it's valid channel for now. Let's wait and see how it keeps on playing out for Ripple. You know, that's it. Not much I can say here, so let's move on to Litecoin. There are no news for Litecoin again. Guys, it gets really boring looking at Litecoin for news, man. It's hard to find something that's worth mentioning. Anyways, Litecoin looking weak yesterday, going down 2.11%. Right now, going up a little bit, 0.11, sitting at 1.64 of market cap. Let's look at the price. What is going on, man? Try to get above that 20 MA. We failed, broke down below it yesterday. Right now, we are still being rejected by that 20 MA. I'll try to zoom in as much as I can, man. See, if we are rejecting that 20 MA, we're breaking lower. We're trying to like rally back up, but I'm not sure if we're going to break it or not. Again, we are kind of... man, why is it letting me zoom into the chart, man? There we go. We're also facing some resistance at the top part of the channel, right? This is the channel that we traced. Kind of broke out to it, you know, it was like a fake breakout. Next candle brought us back in, and right now we're struggling to get out. Making positive momentum, sitting low on the RSI at 42.26. Again, some contraction starting to happen on the Bollinger Bands. Let's go look at a more micro scale. What is going on in the 4 hours, man? Well, nothing. We're kind of breaking down, you know. This is what we were doing yesterday, right? We're flagging. It was a potential bull flag, but however, we broke down more. Anyways, this could still be a flag, right? We just extend this, then make this go here, and I guess it looks pretty good, right? Sitting below the 20 MA, some contraction happening on the Bollinger Bands. Sitting at 50 on the RSI, 50.04, again, very neutral, and making negative momentum, so not the best looking for this, right? I'm trying to see if I can see something else developing, but not yet. Let's go into the 1 hour. On the 1 hour, seen below 20 MA, contraction is starting to happen on the Bollinger Bands as well. In the 20 MA, we can see that we are above that mid part of the channel right now. So again, that's pretty good. Stuff I do like, right? From here to here. Even from here to here, right? You're going lower. So I'll do it in two parts, right? From here to here, you're going lower. And then from here to here, you're still going lower. It's not like it's that point there. There we go. Right? Why do I like it? Well, from here to here, you're making divergence, bullish. And then again, from here to here, you're making again bullish divergence, which should see you prop to the upside. But right now, it's like I said, it's being weak and it's not playing out very strong. We are starting to see that bump. Stuff that could happen. We get to the top part of the channel, reject. It's right now, it's being congruent with the 20 MA. It's sitting right there. So we have a lot of resistance that we need to break through. And if we do, then we have that top part of the channel. And then once we break the channel, we can trace something else. When I said top part of the channel, is this downsloping channel we just traced, right? The flag. Anyways, we're not making divergence on the RSI at either point, so we just have it on the MACD histogram, and that is fine, you know. Benny, what's up, bro? How's it going, man? Sorry, like I said, dude, my chat's not working where I usually have it, so I have to look at my phone. Thank you for saying hi, bro. Litecoin sideways, lol. Yes, Litecoin sideways. I have to read the chat on my phone today, so. Again, sorry about that, man. I'm not sure when you popped in, but hi, bro. Oh, awesome, man. I am trying to look at the chat whenever something happens, though. Yeah, like I said, dude, this is looking very weak. Let's move on to Binance. Well, Binance has certainly had a messed up day today. The new payments option for peer-to-peer crypto trading Binance mobile app came into fruition yesterday, right? We kind of talked about that. Changpeng Zhao basically said that they were gonna do it, and the new function allowed for mobile users to engage in peer-to-peer trading of cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Tether against the Chinese yuan. Then Changpeng Zhao clarified that some confusion by the news outlets. Binance is not working directly with WeChat or Alipay. However, users are able to use them in peer-to-peer transactions for payments. Then Alipay's official Twitter account linked to a thread reasserting their stringent position on cryptocurrency trading. The company said that any and all crypto transactions would be stopped. That there are several reports about Alipay being used for Bitcoin transactions. To reiterate, Alipay closely monitors over-the-counter transactions to identify irregular behavior and ensure compliance with relevant regulations. The company continued to relay that any and all crypto transactions via Alipay would be halted, right? And if any transactions are identified as being related to Bitcoin or other virtual currencies, Alipay immediately stops the relevant payment service. Now, there are tweets about this. You can find them on the article. Again, the link's in the description. You can look afterwards, right here. No, you cannot, right? Here's someone saying, Binance now accepting fiat on-ramp with Alipay and WeChat. Exciting news. Can someone confirm Changpeng? And then he says yes, and then Alex Chat says no, you can't. And then they're saying this, right, about their position. Again, I'll show you something else, right? Because he wasn't the only one that said something. Pompliano said Alipay is going to ban any transactions related to Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. One possible scenario is that this could be a prep for the launch of digital yuan. If this happens, the US will hurry and digitize the dollar before being left behind. Now, Changpeng came and said, many Westerns understandably misunderstand things half a world away. No sweat, there are smart people in the crowd. I'll take advice and not comment anymore. And he quotes to this guy from Truth Seeker. Anyways, Pompliano then goes on to say, love it, thanks for posting. People would be a fool to bet against you and Binance. And he does like a little fist bumping, and then someone else posted something, and there's just someone like clapping. Anyways, I do like hear what this guy says, right? It says, for those who don't understand China and Alipay, Chinese government is negative on Bitcoin, positive on blockchain, want to issue its own digital currency to compete with Bitcoin and Libra and push yuan or renminbi world dominance. But they do not allow their citizens to own and hold Bitcoin. That is not true. You can hold it, you cannot trade it, right? Anyways, Alipay and WeChat are basically state-owned. They must act accordingly, or they'll get punished. There have already been many other smaller exchanges in China doing peer-to-peer Bitcoin trading using Alipay and WeChat. No one really cared, but Binance is too famous. They launched P2P, and this was blown out of proportion. All the media, both East and West, are covering it. Now, what can Alipay do? They must show their stance and determination immediately. Deny it, right? Truth is, people don't label buying Bitcoin in their Alipay transactions, and if Alipay over monitors their users, it will just degrade their user experience and force users away. Users either continue at their own risk or use a different payment channel. What can Binance do now? It's best if they just stay quiet, let it blow over. So don't ask Changpeng any more questions. Instead, look up what P2P means and judge it for yourself, right? Anyways, what is going on with this? We kind of talked about this in another article earlier. I couldn't find it today in my notes. I did want to post it here to someone that was making a question. Basically, what they do is you're in like a WeChat group, right? And then like, let's say Benny and I, right? I'm going to use you as an example. Benny, sorry, you're in the chat. Benny and I agreed that he's going to sell me Bitcoin. I'm going to pay him an X amount. What he would do is he would send me the Bitcoin, confirm it, and when I have it, I would send him the money. Now, the risk is that, well, you never know whether or not I'm going to send him the money or not, right? But I already have the Bitcoin in my account, and you cannot undo that transaction, so it's a little bit more riskier to do it that way in peer-to-peer. Now, the other thing that does happen is that those groups are very close, right? They do give more power to the people that have been members of the group for a longer time because they know they can trust them, and they see newcomers into the group as potential spies or people that cannot, maybe they're not trusted, right? You do have to get in by recommendation, and then even then you'll probably not have a very large faucet open to you, right? Like flow of money. They'll probably let you make really small transactions at first until you build some trust, and then they'll probably let you buy more. And also they probably just want to know that you're not a government spy trying to get into the group and, like, you know, purchasing Bitcoin to then, like, you know, go after the people that are selling it, because it's like a black market, right? It's like if you and I agree both lending here. I can see them off lending crypto. Yeah. Dude, you weren't here for this article, but Japan Minister gives green light for crypto political donations. They don't have to declare them, so that could certainly bring itself to you know, corruption and payment of politicians with crypto because they don't have to declare it. Anyways, what is going on here, dude? We're sitting at 9:45, so we're not making a new candle. Again, we're trying to run to the upside on Litecoin. Just keep an eye out. We have these divergence that could play out. Let's go into Binance, see what's going on Binance. Binance on the daily yesterday, well, losing a little bit of market cap yesterday, 0.40%. Right now, losing a little bit more, 0.87, sitting at 1.22 off market cap. What's going on with Binance? Well, failing to break out of the channel, right? It's a strong channel that we're in. Some Bollinger Band starting to close in, so volatility leaving this, making positive momentum still, which is good. However, you know, RSI again sitting neutral at 47.18. Yeah, that is it on the Binance front on the daily. Are we doing something? No, this is still lower than here. We're going higher. I mean, in theory, you could, right? You could go here and say, man, you know, if we go from here to here and we call that the top, then we'll go from here to here and call that the top as well. And even here, right? You go from here to here and you would say, man, we are making hidden bearish divergence, right? Price continuation. So that's probably why we're seeing this moving to the downside. Again, let's wait and see how this plays out for Binance. Not looking very strong right now. Sitting at $17.36 in the 4 hours, right? What is going on in the 4 hours? I'm going to get rid of this stuff. And I'll leave it there right now. Low, high, right? High, more positive momentum again right now from here to here. We're not doing much. We're just breaking down regularly, right? We're not making another high that we could say like, oh man, bearish divergence. Anyways, from here to here, we kind of do have bearish divergence, right? It's going to be very micro. It's going to be from here to here. It's going to be from here to here, right? Slightly going up. I think we talked about that. We broke to the downside. Now we're trying to try to push back up, and now we're breaking again. Anyways, I'm going to get rid of this mark because it's going to be messy in the next chart. Let's go look at the 1 hour, right? Anyways, making almost neutral momentum right now and sitting on the RSI at like 61.78. So again, but heading into that neutral zone. So what is going on in the 1 hour, man? In the 1 hour, here we have the divergence, right? It's a little bit more visible. That's why I got rid of the other one. And here we have some divergence, at least to here, right? And we do have it here as well. We called that out yesterday. Break to the downside. We broke to the downside as expected. What are we doing right now? Well, we are trying to make a lower low, right? And what I would expect for it to happen here would be like for us to come like somewhere like here, right, or even here, right? Make that divergence. And then you're probably gonna make some negative momentum, but you're probably not gonna get as high as this. And you're gonna make some bullish divergence, right? Probably not on the RSI, because on the RSI you're very close to where you were at. You might make that divergence and then break to the upside. I mean, that's what would likely happen, right? However, if Bitcoin pumps, it might pump this with it. So again, let's wait and see how this actually plays out. Sorry, 1 second. I had to sneeze. Yeah. Look, and Ripple, right? Ripple played like we called it, broke down, used the 20 MA support, then we rejected it. Then we used the line as support, and then we rejected it. Then we kind of, bounced off here a little bit. We broke down, touched that 26 area of support that we have. Then we rejected it, broke back outside of this down sloping channel, which is good, like I said. Bouncing off it a couple times, still making a lower low. Again, developing divergence that could potentially pop us to the upside. We are seeing this move start to develop. However, that 20 MA could be strong. Resistance, and then if we break that, then we have this upsloping channel midline that we have to break. And if we break that, then we have that 27, and then after that, that upper part of the upsloping channel. But again, looking good right now, right? We have double divergence, right, from here to here on the histogram, and from here to here on the histogram and on the RSI. So again, could potentially see some price action to the upside. I do hope we get it for Ripple. And then on Bitcoin, I'll just do a recap real quick. On Bitcoin, we are still flagging. That is fine. Again, we're not making a lower low. We're not making divergence. So again, like I was saying, I would expect for us to like break below this channel, get somewhere around this level or a little bit lower, maybe here. Create that divergence, maybe not make that much negative momentum, and then pop to the upside. We're not going to get it here on the RSI. If any, we're not going to get it on the RSI because this is going to go lower. Look at where we're at right now, right? And any movement to the downside is probably going to get us down here. And this does have to run a little bit for it to get to this level. So again, we're probably just going to make that divergence on the histogram. And again, it could potentially prop us to the upside again. We don't have any bearish divergence on the 1 hour that we can call. And again, that is pretty good. We are still consolidating, and that is fine, dude. We have made two very nice impulses up. Now, this consolidation yesterday, let's say it started on October the 7th at midday, and it went all the way until like October the 9th at 7 a.m., right? So it took like almost 48 hours. Yeah. So midday, and then it would be midday on the 8th. That would be 24. And then you almost got to midday, right? 3 hours less than midday on the previous day. So if you want to get a little bit accurate, it will be like 45 hours. Right now, we would be going, let's say, from here, which would be October the 9th at 11. So we'll have to go today, the 10th, at 11 for us to get like 12 hours. And then we have to go tomorrow at least, what it would be, 8 a.m. for it to be the same time frame. Right? I don't believe we're gonna do the same time frame, but I'm letting you know that this could still undevelop for at least for a couple more hours. It will depend on the next couple candles, however, how fast we break here. We can break down slowly, right, and keep on bouncing off this mid part of the channel, and it'll probably take us maybe if we keep on following the channel. I'm gonna extend it for this exercise to there, and if we keep on going here, at least for us to make divergence at some point in time, it will be around 6 a.m. Tomorrow at 6 a.m. If we keep on bouncing on the channel, right? Or we can break down quickly, do the divergence, which would be better, right? If we keep on bouncing around here, we're probably gonna make even less divergence, right? And that'll still be good. Anyways, that's it for this. Something else in the chat? Let me see. Hey, Free TV Addict, how's it going, man? It depends on the greed of traders. I want a bloody discount on crypto. Yeah, sorry, man. Like I said, my chat's not showing who is in because like the OBS is acting weird since yesterday. I couldn't get sound out yesterday from the PC, so the music was not playing out of the PC. I had to like bounce it off the mic basically. And right now the chat's not displaying for some reason. So again, I might be a little bit behind on your comments. Anyways, thank you for being here, bro. I appreciate it. 7 people tuned in, man. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Again, if you like what we do, like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell so you're notified when we go live. 8 people tuned in, man. Even better. Like what we do, subscribe, hit that bell. You know the drill. Anyways, let's go look at What else was pumping the other day? Link, right? Link was pumping. Let's go look at Link and see how that's doing. Link, here we go. Oh man, Link recovery. Nice. When did this happen? Today at 2, man. I hadn't looked at Link. However, let's see what is going on with this, bro. I do have some lines here. Yeah, we were calling a sort of like a pennant, right? Broke to the downside, broken back up. Now I would change my mind on this being a pennant. And if we still wanted to do something, right, from that impulse up, you could probably call it like a flag, right? Or something like this. Maybe. Yeah, anyways, we had the divergence, right? Where did we trace divergence here, man? I have a line here. Maybe we had divergence in the 4 hour. I'm trying to look more at the micro, right? This is still developing, but stuff I don't like really quick. Like I said, this is still going on. It's going to close in 5 minutes. So we do want to get it higher, right? How high? Just anything. Because if we're here and we're going lower, here we're going higher on the momentum, we would be kind of making hidden bullish divergence. Sorry, hidden bearish divergence. So again, trying to look at the chat. What do you think about DCR? Like, what do you mean DCR? Like, are you giving me a ticker to look at, like a project? Anyways, while you check that out, I'll keep on talking about Link. Above that 20 MA, which is good. Again, we could be potentially making this downsloping channel. However, the more macro trend, if you want to do that, it'll still be bullish, right? You go from here to here, maybe here. And like I said, you will still be upsloping right now. But in the more medium term, you're downsloping, right? You had this flag impulse up, you kind of flagged again, impulse up. That's fine. You were not making any divergence, and then you kind of broke down for some reason. Going low, lower, lower, and again making that. Here you had hidden bullish divergence, right? I think we talked about that. And other than that, you're kind of just going with the market. Like I said, right now above the 20 MA. Let's go look at the 4 hour. Sorry, bros. Yeah, the Creed. Okay, cool. For some second, I thought you were talking about like Democratic Republic of Congo or something like that, and I was just missing the letters around. Anyways, what is going on the 4 hour, right? Impulse up, consolidation, impulse up, consolidation, impulse up, consolidation, impulse up. And then we have like this very, very large consolidation, because in the daily, it might even look more like a flag than it does in the 4 hours, man. See? Like nice pull, and then like starting to flag, right? And that is good. That is valid. Still a day-to-day being positive. Sitting at $2.70. Let's see where this can take us, right? We are sitting on the daily really high on the RSI, 73.35. Certainly overbought. Again, let's see where this leads, right? Again, I would believe that we should come back into this zone before we run again. But if Bitcoin runs, there's no reason why Link shouldn't run. Anyways, let's go smaller again. 4 hours. 4 hours, we're on that neutral zone, sitting at 61 on the RSI. Again, bought but not overbought. We did dip into the neutral zone. That negative momentum started to die out. We have an indecision doji, right? A strong pull to the downside right by the bears after touching that upper part of the channel that we just traced. And that is fine. And then on the 1 hour, you know, we do have that rejection of the upper part of the channel. Again, that is good. Link looking okay. However, I do want to see how this closes. Now, right now, we are above, so it's good. You know, we are negating that potential bearish divergence that I was talking about. So we just be going with the market higher, you know, and then we can keep on trying to maybe touch this again and try to break it. On the RSI, you are a little bit, just a tad bit lower. Right now, corrected, but, you know, more or less being neutral there. So, again, you could develop, like, weak bearish divergence right now if you don't get this a little bit higher than this, right, on the RSI. Okay, cool. Yeah, look at the Creed. Give me a second. I'll do seller, and then I'll go into the Creed. What is happening with the seller, man? You guys were sellers on seller. I know some of you closed your positions. Let me find it. Where did I have it? I have it here, man. What is going on with seller? Man, looking like a champ, bro. Look. Impulse up. somewhat consolidating here in the 1 hour, right, and then impulsing up, and then right now we're starting to break down. Benny, I don't know what price you got into, but at least it went into 50 cents twice, dude. 3 times in the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hours, man. So again, it is pumping up nice. And even a couple days ago, we were a little bit higher. Right now, stuff that I can see quickly, right? Why did we pump up on this coin? Well, you kind of had this pennant. I told you could potentially break down even more, right? Like usually after like a pennant, it's continuation. You broke down on this, still even more. Sometimes you do reverse, but it's weird. So again, we broke to the downside, going even lower, and then you were going like here on price. So you made like you did make bearish divergence, price action to the upside, at least with the histogram. Not so much on the RSI. On the RSI, you're kind of going with the market, right? Even lower. And then from here to here, you kind of had like hidden. It'll be like this will be fine because you're making lower, but here, did you or did you not, man? Is it going higher? Yeah, it's going higher. I was gonna say you were making like hidden bullish divergence, but you didn't. So again, you just had that divergence, pump it to the upside. You kind of try to like reject it by 20 MA, and then you try to impulse again. And you kind of like broke it nicely with like nice impulse, right? What happened? Well, we also get a cross of the MACD over the signal line, and we know that usually those come with large moves sometimes, large candles, right? Like here, like look, boom, we crossed, and then look at this candle, man. It went really high and then kind of rejected, but the next candle recovered, right? Anyways, that's it for this, man. Stuff I don't like immediately, right? More short term, and while you're breaking down from here to here, and from here to here, you're going lower, so you are making a bearish divergence on the RSI. Not so much on the histogram. On the histogram, you're kind of going congruent, right? But on the RSI, you're making that divergence. That's probably why you're seeing this price to the downside. You're also hitting that 0.00510. Round numbers being psychological resistances, potentially why you're going down as well. Trying to check on the chat and see if anything else is coming up. No, nothing else. So this is seller on the 1 hour. What's happening on the 4 hours, man? Like I said, in the 4 hours, you don't have that divergence that we saw in a smaller time frame, right? And here you're going with the market. Again, this looks like eyes and a nose, but yeah, let's get rid of that. You're kind of negating that negative momentum, right? Let's see how this plays out. You're still making a positive day. 1, 2, 3, 4 hours. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 continuous green candles. That's pretty good. However, this one being rejected, right? Indecision going on, but bouncing off the 20 MA, which is strong. Again, what else? Kind of had like not really, but kind of like a twister bottom there. Anyway, sitting high on the RSI, almost hitting bought, sitting at 59.29. That's pretty good, I guess. Then on the daily, what is happening on the daily, man? It looks more flat. Like in the 4 hours and the 1 hour, it looks like very exciting. Like a lot of stuff is going on. Then you look at the daily, it's like, like flatlining. Anyways, you can see it here, man. It's like more or less we're hitting that same level of the past 4 days, basically. So stuff I don't like immediately, right? And it's very slight, man. It's even negligible. You are making more or less the same height, and you're going up in price, within the same island. You could ignore it right now. But again, if you don't want to ignore it, then you would definitely have to call some sort of a slant, a bearish divergence that could potentially prop you to the downside. That'll be like hidden bearish divergence. Anyways, let me check the chat again. Man, nah, it's trippy, man. The chat looks weird on the phone, so I have to keep on looking at it to make sure it hasn't moved, and especially since it's very tiny. Yeah. Anyways. Let's go into the DCR, right? That's what you called for. DCR to the US dollar. Is there anything to the US dollar? Yes, here it is on Bittrex. Okay, we're looking at the daily, man. It looks very, very flat, right? Yeah, it looks very flat, man. It looks like you could just trace like a parallel channel. Maybe slightly up sloping, very slightly, right? 1, 2 touch points on the bottom, 1 on the top, 2 on the top. Again, giving it some validity. You're probably seeing some resistance around the midline, not moving very much from the midline. You're starting to contract on the Bollinger Bands, making positive momentum still, but sitting low on your RSI at 32 with lots of room to run to the upside. Let's go into the 4 hour, right? On the 4 hour, again, looking very flat. You have been in a channel of contraction of the Bollinger Bands for a while, man. At least since September 27. It's weird that you haven't broken out. You have some swings that kind of expanded a little bit, but right now you're seeing more contraction. You should expect a move soon. Upside or downside still yet to be determined. Let's look at this closer. You're going lower and you're making more negative momentum. So again, you're going with the market. Here, you're going lower, right? And you're going lower on your RSI. So again, you're going with the market. So nothing here, man. Nothing really. We're going to look at the 4 hours that would scream, man, this is going to pump right now. Anyways, maybe, no, not really. Yeah, not really. Let's go into the 1 hour. On the 1 hour, it looks a little bit more exciting, right? A little bit more ups and downs. Right now, going down even lower than this. Are we doing divergence though? Let's see. I would actually go from here to here, man, in a more shorter time script, because the other one's too long. It considers too many periods, and it probably invalidates part of it. However, from here to here, and from here to here, you are making that bullish divergence, potential price action to that side. You don't have it here, right? You're going lower, so again, you'll be congruent with your price action. But in the histogram, you do have it, so again, it could potentially play out to a price action to the upside. Unsure if we're gonna start to get it now. We are still making more negative momentum, but less like stagnating on it, right? Anyways, we have something on the tops, high, lower high. So no, nothing on the tops, dude. That would scream. Oh, from here to here. No, you're actually not even higher, lower, like lower high than this high. Again, from here back here, you kind of be congruent with stuff, right? I'm not gonna analyze way too back here, even though here I could say you had like divergence, right? Bullish divergence, right? Price action to the upside, it kind of played out here. From here to here, kind of like just say regular market fluctuation, right? Here you have some gappage, that's fine, particularly on charts that I'm not familiar with. So if I see gappage, I do tend to say it's okay. From here to here, going lower. So again, you're going lower on momentum. Again, that's it, man. That's the only thing I can see short term that could potentially prop you to the upside. However, not looking very bullish. You're probably going to go down again. Maybe make another bar here. And from here to here, go a little bit lower. And again, make another divergence. Could potentially happen, right? And then you can probably pump to the upside. That's it for the Creed. What else do you guys want to look at? We've covered the whole market now. Well, the market that we usually look at, right? It was very short today. The news were very few. Yeah, that's it, man. Do you guys want to look at something else? Do let me know in the chat. Toss it up and we'll look at it. Otherwise, today might just be a short stream, dude. Sorry if you hear that, I'm just pouring myself more water. I just finished the coffee and gotta stay hydrated, right? Okay, what do you think about it from a company standpoint? People are saying it's the next Bitcoin. You know how many people have said that something else is the next Bitcoin? I'm not sure, dude. I'm not familiar with the project, so I couldn't make an informed comment as to whether or not it's the next Bitcoin. But a lot of people have said many things are the next Bitcoin. And you know how many of those things have actually been the next Bitcoin? None, dude. Like, if Litecoin was supposed to be the next Bitcoin because it was faster. Ethereum was supposed to be the next Bitcoin because of smart contracts, right? Ripple is supposed to be the next Bitcoin because you don't have to mine it. It's pre-mined. It works on a different kind of consensus, right? It works on consensus on the XRP ledger. So again, you don't have to mine it. You don't have to waste energy. It's being used by banks. It does have a use case. So again, people are saying it's going to be the next Bitcoin. Everything is going to be the next Bitcoin on this market. Why? Because that's the king, dude. It's the undisputed champion right now. It's like, I'm not sure which sport you follow, right? I think football, right? It's like saying, who would be Andrew Luck, like a quarterback from the Colts, right? Oh, he's gonna be the next Joe Montana, man. Everyone's gonna compare it to something greatest, right? Everyone's gonna compare someone that is somewhat good to the best one that there was. The next Dan Marino, the next John Elway, the next who else? Troy Aikman, man. They're gonna compare it to whoever else they can. Benny Testaverde. They're gonna whoever they can, man. The next Jerry Rice, the next Emmitt Smith. You know, always gonna try to compare it to the greatest, right? In basketball, oh man, he's gonna be the next Michael Jordan. In football, man, he's gonna be the next Messi, the next Ronaldo, the next Pelé. You know, people always try to compare it to something else. I don't necessarily buy it. So again, I would say I would need to look at the project, and like I said, I'm not familiar with this one in particular. So until at least I read something on it and I see it play out, I wouldn't call you the next Bitcoin. Bitcoin Cash. Yeah, let's look at Bitcoin Cash, bro. We opened Bitcoin Cash the other day. We can see how that's playing out. I do have it here, short. What is happening with this, man? I'll start from the daily and then go forward, right? So basically, you're seeing at prices from like 5 days ago still, right? Making positive momentum, so not the strongest case, right? You're going higher in positive momentum, you're going lower here. So again, you can kind of call it slant divergence. I do hope we can pop to the upside. Facing resistance at the 20 MA. Again, a lot of coins facing resistance at the 20 MA right now. Contraction of the Bollinger Bands, sitting low on the RSI at 39.50 something, 75, which puts us on that sold area, but not oversold, but certainly not even that sold, right? We're almost neutral. So again, 40 being neutral, we're almost there. But let's look at it on the more micro, because here you're not doing anything, man. At least not that I can see short term, right? This is lower than this. You're going down, lower than this, you're going down. So again, that would be more or less congruent. Let's look at the 4 hour. Going higher, less positive momentum. You develop bearish divergence, right? From here to here. Price action to the downside, you broke down. Right now you're still going lower, making negative momentum still. No signs of stagnation yet on that negative momentum. However, you're staying neutral on the RSI at 49. Trying to figure out what we can do on the bottom, because there's nothing to do on the bottom. We don't have a negative island here. So again, man, what did I click on? Did I just highlight the daily as a favorite? Yeah, that's what's there. Okay. So I'll just do this and this, and then I won't have to be opening these during the charts. I can just click here. Duh. I didn't know I had this available on the free version. Anyways, sitting below 20 MA. Are we doing something? Yes, sorta, right? Some bullish divergence. Again, it could have just played out and we missed it, right? This pump to the upside. However, it wasn't very big. You started at 228.79. You went up to 230, so like a $2 move, man. Wow, a whole $2 reacher. $3 actually. Right now, sitting at 230.72. Again, how strong is this, man? Sorry if you see this as a mic. I'm trying to lean back a little bit more right now. You didn't have it on the RSI. You just had it on the histogram. And from here to here, you could also say, right, you're going lower. And you would also have gone from here to here. So again, you have like double bullish divergence playing up, but being weak, Try to go to the upside here, rejecting that 20 MA, going down, right? You didn't even get to 20 MA, you just broke down before. Again, trying to go to the upside, right? And again, before the 20 MA breaking down, not looking the most bullish, to be honest, right now on this. Sad thing is I do have a very small amount of Bitcoin Cash, and haven't gotten out of that position because it's negligible. What I left there, it's just nothing, man. It could stay there and go to zero, and I wouldn't cry for it. Although I wouldn't let it go to zero, I'll probably take it out before that. I don't like losing money. But right now, I mean, that small amount's still making me a little bit of money at least. So, and like I said, it's negligible what I have on Bitcoin Cash, so almost nothing. Yeah, that's it for Bitcoin Cash, bro. Nothing else that I can see in a quicker basis, right? Let's see pattern-wise, because we haven't talked patterns for this. You kind of pumped up. You kind of trying to make a higher high. We couldn't. Failed at, broken to the downside. Try to get above that 20 MA or stay above that 20 MA. We're too weak, broke to the downside, right? You kind of broke down reversed, then you have those bears pushing your price down again. You actually ended up breaking down below the 20 MA. That's fine. I'm trying to figure out what else I can see here, man. Well, you could in a more macro, right? Although you would be undoing almost all of your impulse, right? At least here, but you could go like this. And maybe that's what we were rejecting, right? No. Not liking it this way. I'll try it another way. Go from bottoms. I like this one a little bit more. Seems to make a little bit more sense. Right, rejecting that midline here, staying above it, right now. I would need to extend this a little bit more, but yeah. So I would put us on a downwards channel for the short term, right? It's not that long, dude. It started on the 9th at 10 a.m. So again, trying to see something here. See this low and this low, you know, you could go from this low to this low, but this is slightly lower again, so you wouldn't be making any divergence there yet. So let's go into the 4 hour again. So again, from here to here, you would be going lower, but then you would be going from 0 and you wouldn't be making anything. Then on the daily, man, are we doing something on daily? No, on daily, we're just like, this is flat, dude. Welcome to flatland. Look, this is going to be very boring. I could go here and make it a little bit more exciting, I guess. Very slightly upsloping channel, man. That's it. Bouncing off that mid part of this channel, basically. So nothing else going on for Bitcoin Cash, man. It's just been very, very plain, man. Vanilla plain, right? Trying to see if there's anything else going on chat. Not just Bitcoin Cash. That's the last comment I have. Yeah. That's it. Gold and silver? Yeah, we can look at gold and silver. What is going on with the gold, man? The gold finger. Above that 236 right now, you know, looking more or less flat on these movements, right? Going up, one below 20 MA, bouncing off this 236, which would be a 1,487. And if you want to corroborate that, I could go on this candle, and you could see up here on the low that we are at 1,488, and like I said, it's 1,487, so we're almost touching it. And here we're at 1,487, so again, almost touching it, right? Let's go zoom in. This is the daily. Why did you pump up on gold here? This small pump while you're here, you're going lower. Here making less negative momentum, bullish divergence, price action to the upside. You got it, got above that 20 MA, but we're too weak to actually stay above it right now. You're breaking below it, right? And you have some indecision going on right on the daily. You kind of got above it, then indecision candle. And you broke to the downside, right? Then you kind of reversed it, and then you have another indecision candle. You're breaking to the downside again. The price doesn't know where it wants to go, right? Stuff that is happening this year or this month for this would be the LME conference in London, where a lot of the traders and smelters do get together and discuss treatment charges, and and refining charges for copper, lead, zinc, gold, silver, you know, for purchasing of materials to refine them and make like metallics of them, you know. So again, maybe that indecision is the metals conference in London, right? There's also going to be a big one in Mexico that will be in like 2 weeks, and I'm not going to be able to be here for those 2 weeks. I do have to go to the conference. It's work related. I will try to post at least static videos with the news dailies. However, being at the conferences, those conferences do take a lot of time, a lot of meetings that I have to go to. So I'm not sure how active I'm going to be that week. It's going to be, I leave on the 21st and I come back until the 26th. So at least it's going to be 6 days without constant news, or 5 days at least without constant news. Depending on what time I get in on the 26th, I might do a stream at night. If not, at least I'll try to post a video just with the news, either the news or market analysis or both. It will depend on, you know, what time I have, and likely if I'm not able to be here for both, I would likely just make the analysis, because it's what's more important, right? News we can catch up on later, but analysis will determine the price action more short term. Anyways, with that out of the way, let's look at this, right? So again, divergence, price action to the upside, you got it. You don't have it on the RSI. Right now, you're kind of like just floating sideways, and that's fine, you know. You could say that you're making like a smaller double bottom right here, like 1, 2. And, you know, I wouldn't believe this will play out more to the upside. It could. Just keep it in mind, you know, if you have gold. Let's go into silver. Looking very similar, but in silver, we're sitting below the 382, sorry, at 17.6. Yeah, 17.60, right? Where are we sitting at right now? 17.54, starting to go up a little bit. Again, from here to here, actually going lower, right? This bar being larger than this bar. More or less flat, actually. What is this at? 159, 156 is negligible. You could do this as a straight line. Oh man, where's that line? Here we go. You do that as a straight line, and then you could go from here to here. And let's say you do have some divergence, man. I'm gonna put this line in my favorites, and hopefully I'll put it somewhere that I can have easy access to it. Where they put the line? Snap, bro. Not sure where I put the line. Ah, here it is. I didn't know it would let me put favorites on this. If you give me 1 second, I'll just put my favorites out real quick. Stuff that I usually look at. Brush, rectangle, and curve. And then I don't do text, and I'm not doing harmonics, so that's fine. Usually what I use, and then I'll put it out of the way so you guys don't see it. And then at least now I have my favorites, dude. I didn't know it would let me put favorites on the free version. Anyways, Benny typed something out, and I do want to look at the comments, and then I think William, you replied something. So anyways, it's amazing gold has so much value, huge market cap. Well, yeah, dude, gold, remember, it's used for reserves as well, and for jewelry and stuff like that. So again, it does have a use case besides just monetary value, store value, jewelry, and it's used in electrical components. And it, you know, it is a scarce resource. That's why gold has value and has a huge market cap. Gold has been going on forever, right? Even the Spaniards took all the gold from Mexico and sent it to Spain, and you know, gold has always been there for for a long time, right? Salt at some point in time used to be quite expensive, right? At least during the time of the Romans, you would get paid in salt, which would be your equivalent to your salary. That's where the word salary comes from. Anyways, if starts falling, they might start looking. Which, if what starts falling, dude, I got lost there. Sorry. Wait, do you think we'll ever have Bitcoin Gold? Not sure if you will have it directly, man. You could correlate them, right? With what Pax is doing, you might be able to get it because Pax has that gold backed token that they came out with, right? That you buy it and it entitles you to gold that is stored in a vault in London. So again, you could potentially have that. Just post anything you can. Better than nothing. Yeah, yeah, sure, man. I'll try to post something. Like I said, I'm not sure how active I'm going to be able to get. If it's going to be very late at night or very early in the mornings, but I will try to do something, right? And I'm not sure what state I'm going to be in. I might be in an inebriated state. There's a lot of drinking that happens at those conferences, especially with the dinners and drinks engagements that I do have to get at nighttime. CRX is pumping. Let's go look at CRX, man. CRX to the dollar and Coinbase. I like that one. Yeah, it's pumping, dude. Let's see what's going on. I have CRX. I'm kind of happy that it's pumping. I got it free at Binance Earn. Not paid advertisement, but if you guys haven't done it, and sorry, not Binance Earn, Coinbase Earn. If you guys haven't done it, go into Coinbase and there's this Earn section, and you answer some questions, and then you get some free crypto. It is pumping and it's good, but from here to here, right now, it's still developing, right? Just take it with a grain of salt. From here to here, and then from here to here, you will be making bearish divergence right now. So you have to pump like very high for you to get somewhere neutral. And even if you get neutral here on this line, you will still be making bearish divergence. So you have to negate it by going higher. Again, I'm not sure how much strength it's going to take for this to go up, but right now, where you're at, you will be making bearish divergence. You can potentially expect to break down, and you also have it on the RSI. Just keep it in mind if you're going to trade this. You kind of, if you were not following it, you kind of just missed the opportunity. You were bouncing above that 20 MA for a little bit, right? Since sorry, am I looking at what time frame? The daily. Oh, this is on the daily, bro. Shit. You might actually break down even harder on the daily. Larger time frame, right? Nothing here. I would just say like you're going higher, you're going with the market. You were following that uptrend, right? That 20 MA, staying above it. I hope this candle does pump a lot more today, so at least you will be able to make a larger positive momentum and then probably try to negate this. Anyways, you're sitting overbought on the RSI at 72.85. I know someone typed something in the chat. It just popped here on the corner of my eye on the cell phone. I'll look at it once I finish doing this. On the 4 hours, man. On the 4 hours, are you doing that divergence? No, in the 4 hours you are fine, right? Well, not really, bro. Let's look at this shorter term. I'm gonna get rid of this a little bit. I'll put it here. Shorter scale, right? You'll be going from here to here, going higher, right? You're going from here to here, going lower. This is still developing, but is not gonna get anywhere near here. So you're gonna develop that divergence, right? You also have it from here to here. So again, now you have 2 time scales that say you potentially break down the daily and the 4 hour. I'm not trying to do any patterns right now or get creative, dude. You could say a lot of things about this, right? You could say it was a triangle, right? Symmetrical after an impulse up, kind of consolidated downwards into this triangle. And if you wanted to go here, it was still valid. You would break it and potentially do a measure move of the structure. Let's see if we hit that measure move, right? From high to low. And then you would take this and put it here. And you did hit that measure move. Ha ha ha. But guess what? You're weak. And you're weak on the daily, and you're weak on the 4 hours. So again, another indicator. This is still developing though, but I don't believe, wherever you go, I don't believe you're gonna get higher than this. And if you do, great for CRX. I'm not sure it's gonna get it. On the RSI, you also have to get up here. So again, you're probably gonna break down. Let's go into the 1 hour. What's going on the 1 hour, man? Oh shit, do we have it again? I'll make this smaller, man. I can't see. Yeah, dude, you kind of have it, dude. At least you're flatlining right now on the 1 hour, and you can see that you're going lower, dude. This positive momentum is almost non-existent, 0.000065. Even if this goes higher, this positive momentum is not going to get to this level. So you potentially will break down. You have 3 bearish divergence indicators on all scales, so very, very likely that you will break down on your price. You don't have it on the no, you also have it on the RSI. Shit, man, from here to here, going lower on the RSI as well. So again, be careful with CRX. I would be very careful taking a position on this. You can do whatever you want. You measure your own risk. If you believe this can pump again, yeah. If Bitcoin pumps, yeah, you could do it. But right now, it looks bearish on 3 time scales. So I would be very reserved, and would probably place a very close stop loss, because this could go down somewhat hard. Just be careful with that, right? Like I said, this is still pumping up, and look, that momentum. It's gonna take you a while to get up here. You could negate it right on the 1 hour, and then could potentially go after and negate it on the 4 hours, and then try to negate it on the daily. But it's harder, right? That you saw the daily how low you are. Right? You're a lot lower still, and on the 4 hours, you're definitely a lot lower as well. So again, you could negate it on the 1 hour. It's gonna take you a lot of strength to do it. Keep it in mind for your trades. I wish I could give you better news for this. You almost bought some, but not yet. Yeah, like I said, dude, up to you. and what you do with your money, I would be a little bit reserved. I do have CRX, like I said, so I mean, I do have skin in the game. It's not a lot. I got it for free out. It's not a token that I would consider buying. But in doing that analysis, right now I wouldn't take out my CRX, but also I would not be adding to my position anytime soon. I'm not too comfortable in this asset, mainly because a lot of the stuff that is getting banned or proposed to get banned is the assets that have privacy, and CRX being one of the private coins, it might start to get delisted as regulators start to push for transparency. So again, I'm not too bullish on CRX, mainly for that reason, right, in the long term. So Coinbase will potentially have to comply, and they will have to delist them. I do know that, who was it? An exchange, Binance UK? Binance US. Binance US had to delist CRX and Monero, I think, so they could get approval. Or was it someone else, man? I can't remember. Someone had to delist CRX to get approval in London, I think. In London it was. Yeah, it was Binance in London. They had to delist CRX. They lost their banking partner. Was it Coinbase or Binance? I think it was Binance. They lost the banking partner that they had. They wanted to do with someone else. They said, yeah, but you have to get rid of CRX, and you have to get rid of, CRX. And I think it was Coinbase in the UK, sorry. I'll have to check it in the article. We did cover it a while back. Anyways, you can do as you wish, but just be careful with this position, right? Again, I do believe it is at a potential good price for this. Right, certainly worth about the same as Ripple right now. So, dude, I haven't done a coin that I do have a little bit off as well. I'm not sure how good it's doing. Let's look at BAT to the dollar on. Yeah, Kraken. No, let's do Coinbase. Dude, they do have it pegged to the dollar on Coinbase. Why is it not showing up? USD. There we go. Fuck, it's just showing me to the USDC. No, well, let's do it on Kraken then. BAT to the dollar. What's going on with the BAT coin? I do have a lot of gapage, and I don't like charts with gaps, especially for cryptos, though. That means another exchange does have those gaps covered, and it's usually better to look at this on those other charts. This is acting a little bit weird. How many people are still in the chat? William James, are you still here? Benny, are you still here? Soka, I'm not sure if you're here, man. Today's stream was very, very weak, man. I think the most people that we got was around like 8, and right now it says we're sitting at 5. So I'm not sure if you guys dropped or not. Okay, so you're still here, man. That's cool. Like I said, this is acting very weird, man, today. And then the YouTube count is not very accurate. Live. Anyways, the live count is not very accurate. It seems like it was on a nice uptrend, right? At least getting the prices off September 21st. Right now, going down again, sitting at 19 cents. Dude, I remember when I got this for free, because it was a freebie, and it's not showing it on this chart. Do we have something on the daily, man? Did it just get listed a couple days ago? Really? On the 22nd? Why is it? I'll look at it on Bitfinex, man. It might have a better trading pair there. Yeah, a lot more history. And it was when I got it, it was somewhere around here, man. So I'm really low on what I got for free. And since it was free, I didn't really care much for it. I just left it there. I do believe that BAT will do something. They do have a working browser, and it works fine. And they are still developing the ads and the way to get paid through that. So I do believe they do have a use case. Let's wait and see how things play out for them, right? I do have faith in their project. Anyways, wow, that's bearish. So here to here going slightly higher. From here to here you're going lower. Then from here to here also going lower. So potential price action to the downside. 3 days going down with this one. Still could reverse, but we have to see it on the shorter term. Sitting neutral on the RSI at 53. Bollinger Band starting to contract a little bit after an expansion and losing positive momentum. Let's go into the 4 hour. Sitting below at 20 MA, negative momentum still developing. Sitting lower on the RSI at 44. It's still neutral. Are we doing something though? Low, lower, low, lower, low, lower. So no divergence here. You do have kind of hidden bullish divergence from here to here right now. And we'll do the same from here to here and from here to here. So again, some hidden bullish divergence, potential price continuation. I'm not sure if we're going to keep up with this uptrend or we're going to continue like dropping down a little bit more. I would expect the uptrend to continue. Let's go into the 1 hour. Well, again, gappage, bro. I'm not good with gappage because you don't get those, you don't see the candles, you don't get the feel, the right feel of the market, especially when you get flat dojis like this. It didn't trade during that hour, man. It just didn't move. Anyways, in the shorter scale, like I said, that from here to here you're going lower, from here to here you're going higher, and on momentum you're also going lower, right? Like less negative momentum. So again, you would be making bullish divergence right now on the 1 hour, which could potentially see you pump to the upside. I'm not sure if it's going to break above that 20 MA, but it would be kind of congruent with the hidden bullish divergence. That would indicate price continuation, like we said, potentially to the upside. That's it. That's it for today. Yeah. Unless you guys want to see something else, I will be calling it a stream today. Alright, so I'm not seeing anything in the chat. So, guys, again, thank you for watching. If you like what we do, like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell so you're notified when we go live. Show this stream to your friends. Get them into the crypto sphere. Get them into the crypto community. Follow us on Twitter, on Facebook, on WhatsApp. We're not on WhatsApp. On the Discord, sorry. And on Instagram. And, yeah. And obviously here every night, right, at 9 p.m. Central, -5 UTC for those of you that are international. Again, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. I will catch you tomorrow. That'll be all for today. Yeah, until tomorrow, guys. Peace out.